Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to another Accureye 101 tips video. In today's video, we will be talking about Sombra. So, there isn't a whole lot of characters left to talk about. In truth, we're actually near the end of all the characters to talk about currently in Overwatch. I mean, actually, I think is another character who we will talk about later on. But, I mean, as far as it goes, Sombra is one of the last few characters we have to talk about here on Overwatch. So, surprisingly enough, we've pretty much gone through every single character in the game. Which, I mean, in many ways is kind of a sad thing when you think about it, because obviously there isn't a whole lot left to talk about going forward right now. This video might be a little bit shorter than usual, but we are going to be talking about Sombra and giving you some of the tips to place her. So yeah, one of the main things with Sombra is always try to be elusive. I mean, you're going to see times where being elusive is a good key. And you know, that's one of the main things you want to do as Sombra is try to stay elusive. She has invisibility. She also can hack people, which, you know, of course, slows people down. But for the most part, you know, you always want to try to stay at least as elusive as possible. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, being elusive is always a good idea. You know, always have a backup plan or an escape route, if you will. You know, because obviously, as Sombra, and you'll see it here. As Sombra, there are times where pretty much she can kind of just infiltrate or elude facts of being like somewhere else, which like you'll see it here how pretty much I'm kind of just doing what I can to be evasive and kind of allude to the fact that, you know, it's like, sure, focus on over there, but you know, but yeah, you know, there's always going to be someone, you know, kind of right there, you know. And, you know. Also, I mean, you know, she has the recall thing, which, you know, as you see me, do, you'll see how I drop it from time to time. And, again, this is a great way to, just stay elusive and, you know, make it to where they're looking for you. Again, most of the time, people are going to be looking for you. If a good Sombra basically makes people second guess where you're coming from, where you're going, or where you will be. This just allows you to have free reign basically over where you are or where everyone kind of huddles around. You know. And then of course she has her ultimate, which is a multi-hack kind of thing. Which basically disables all people in the proximity area. And again, it's something I would recommend, especially going forward, because it eludes the fact of, you know, people are going to be watching you while everyone else, hopefully, is coming around and maybe even, you know, walking to the next area. So, you know, it is something that you wanna, you know, keep in mind when you're, you know, when you are doing things. And here you'll see me, you'll see how this is, you know, at least in my opinion, for everyone who's wondering, this is probably the best way to ensure that you can, you know, be elusive. Again, you know, a lot of times you'll want to be elusive and, you'll want to disable or, you know, stop as many people as you can. Obviously, Sombra is a, now, there are people who you shouldn't really hack in the game as Sombra. One of these characters is, of course, Widowmaker. There's really no reason to hack a Widowmaker. The only thing you can do is Widowmaker, that gets disabled, or at least that, you know, pretty much is not usable at the time, is the factor of, it's the factor, of course, of, of you know, of you know, what's it called? Her zip line, I guess. But I mean, there you kind of saw me. I think I disabled Deva from getting into her mech. Because I think she was getting into her mech, and then I just got disabled her. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you know, a lot can be said for Sombra. One of the main things I would recommend if you're going to play Sombra is stay elusive, everybody. I mean, you know, don't get into the point of, you know, of trying to basically, you know, you know, stay front line and center, you know. You want to kind of stay elusive. You want to try to be elusive when it comes to Sombra. But, other than that, you know, yeah. Sorry about that. But, yeah, other than that, you know, Sombra is all about being elusive, being, you know, being basically unseen, if you will. Because, again, that's what makes Sombra such a great character to use, for the most part, is being elusive, being, you know, kind of that hide-and-seek character, hide-and-seek, you know, type. But, yeah. With that being said, though, yeah, I mean, like I said, this is, kind of a short video, everybody. Obviously, I can't say that there's a lot to be said for Sombra, other than the fact of, you know, be elusive, stay evasive, you know, don't get seen very often unless it's really absolutely unavoidable, you know, and, you know, and, you know, disrupt anyone who needs to be disrupted, you know, again, these are some of the best tips I've got for you all. If you're really into trying to, you know, trying to be, great or good at, you know, at the game. Because obviously there's not a lot of tips I can give you, give those of you who are trying to look for, you know, trying to look for, you know, look for a, you know, a what's it called? A way around things, or, you know, or just, like, in general, a way to, you know, a way to not be seen, I guess, is what I'm saying, I guess you could say. But, you know, like I said, these are some of my small tips. Like I've said, you've seen the things, you've seen what I do to a degree. Hopefully that has helped you in a way to, also, plan accordingly for, you know, for, of course, being a Sombra. I mean, you know, like I've said, staying elusive, you know, trying to get behind people, trying to make it to where people just don't see you coming, you know, is probably the best tip I could give you, going forward, because, you know, as I've said, there's, not really a whole lot of tips that, for Sombra, where it shouldn't come naturally. I mean, Sombra is, as I've said, kind of just the elusive, like, you know, like, you never know when she may pop up type character. So, yeah, with that being said, I mean, there's not a whole lot that I can say to, you know, make Sombra feel any better for the most part. I mean, you know, being elusive is probably the best tip that I can give you. But other than that, I mean, you know, yeah. So, you know, that's, and I mean, in later game modes, I mean, obviously Sombra, is more focused on being the outright, just like, honestly, late game or early game, as it would be, Sombra is all about being elusive. You know, taking away the potency of people like Bastion. Like you saw there, you know, taking away potency like Bastion is a great way to just, you know, demerit your opponent. Make your opponent feel silly, I guess you could say. But, yeah, with that being said, I mean, you know, there's not a whole lot of tips for Sombra that, I mean, most people probably wouldn't just get off common knowledge. As long as you're elusive, as long as you're letting your team do all the hard work, you know, the rest should come naturally. For Sombra or any Sombra players, as long as you're letting your team do the hard work and you're basically doing the side job of eluding away from the enemy, everything else should be pretty easy. Your job should be fairly simple. So, yeah. But yeah, that's all my tips for now on Sombra. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, get subscribed, hit that bell notification because I know you want to know when my next video drops next. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. Thank you everyone for joining me on this video. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this, and you already know what I said. And until the next one, this is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.